guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we solve a column internal question. Find the cube root of 5 using a Newton-Raphson method up to 4 place of decimal. So let's solve the question. Find the cube root of 5. We can write as a equation form x cube is equal to 5, and we can write as a x cube minus 5 is equal to 0. So we can write as f of x is equal to x cube minus 5 and f dash x is equal to 3x square minus 0. So we can write as f dash of x is equal to 3x square. Here we put the x is equal to 0, so we can write as a f of x is equal to f of x. Here we put x in place of 0, so we can write as 0 cube minus 5, so the value is minus 5. And so now we put x is equal to 1, so f of x value is x cube minus 5 is equal to minus 4, and again we put the x is equal to 2, so f of x value is 2 cube minus 5, so at minus 5 is equal to 3. So we can see that f of 1 value is minus 4 and f of 2 value is 3, so the root lies between the 1 and 2. Initial guess value x0 is equal to 1 plus 2 divided by 2, so the value of initial guess value is equal to 1.5. so we perform the first iteration. F of x0 is equal to, we put the value of x0 here, so f of 1.5 is equal to 1.5 cube minus 5. So when we solve the f of x0, so we get the we will get the value minus 1.625, and again we put the value in f dash of x, so f dash of 1.5 value is 3 into 1.5 square. When we solve this value, so when we solve the equation and get the value, f dash of x0 is 6.75. Now 3 into 1.5 square. When we solve this value, so when we solve the equation and get the value, f dash of x0 is 6.75. Now we put f of x0 and f dash of x0 value in Newton-Raphson formula. So here the formula is x1 is equal to x0 minus f of x0 upon f dash of x0. So here we put the value in Newton-Raphson formula. So x1 is equal to 1.5 minus 1.625 divided by 6.75. When we solve the equation, and we will get the value of x1 is equal to 1.7407. Here we can perform second iteration. F of x1 is equal to f of, here we put the x1 value is 1.7407, and put the f of x1 value in f of x formula. So here we can write as 1.7407 cube minus 5. So we can solve the equation and get the value is 0.2443. Again we will solve the f dash of x1 is equal to 3 into 1.7407 ka square. So we can solve this equation and find the value of f dash of x1 is equal to 9.0901, and we put the value of f of x1 and f dash of x1 value in Newton-Raphson formula. So we can write as f of x2 is equal to x1 minus f of x1 upon f dash of x1. So we can put the value in formula. X2 is equal to 1.7407 minus f of x1 value, here we put 0.2443 divided by 9.0901. So we can solve the value and we will get the value of x2 is equal to 1.7103, and again we check the x1 and x2 value. Here x1 and x2 value are not same, so we can find the value of x3. So here we can write f of x2 is equal to f of, we put the x2 value here 1.7103, and we can solve this f of x2. So here we can write as 1.7103 cube minus 5. So we can solve this value and get the value is 0.0028, and now we can solve the f dash of x2 value here. So we can write as 3 into 1.7103 square is equal to 8.7753, and put the value in Newton-Raphson formula here. x3 is equal to x2 minus f of x2 divided by f dash of x2, and we can put the value here. So x3 is equal to 1.7103 minus 0.0028 divided by 8.7753, and we can solve the equation and put the and give the value of x3 is 1.7103 minus 0.003. So we can find the value of x3 is equal to 1.710, and here the root of x is 1.710. So thank you guys for watching my YouTube channel.